Reset drill number 1.
What's going on, beautiful people? Fast hands is going to be our first step in our reset drill series. What this does is it just warms up your paddle position, keeping it out. Fast hands means you don't have to move your hands a long distance or your paddle, which makes it look like you have fast hands. Now, we can do a whole lot off of this, so I will explain.
Number 2 is going to be a little bit different, but it's going to kind of mirror that same pattern. Austin is just going to be hitting at my chest. I'm going to do one at his chest, and then I'm going to do one reset. So now I'm going to be working on differentiating between a hard punch and a soft reset.
So Austin is just going to do fast hands, while I'll do fast hands with a hard and then a soft shot. I saw this on Christian Alshon's Instagram with a wall drill where you hit one hard and then one soft. And not only is it working on consistency of 2 different shots, but it's helping your brain adjust to differentiating between the 2. Obviously, you want to try to make them look very similar so your opponent can't read it. But the more options you have out of the same position, the more dangerous you are as a player. I always say, kind of like on a third shot, you want to be able to drive, drop, and lob it so you can be a triple threat. Also notice how my hard shot is not super hard. It's more of just to keep the rhythm of the drill. We will turn it up if we get a bunch in a row.
All right, here we go. Reset drill number 2. We're going to turn it into a little bit more of a live situation. So Austin is going to bounce the ball. It's important that he bounces it. Then he can hit it as hard as he wants, ideally at my hips or my shoulders, target weakness areas. And then we're just going to play the point out live. Now, I do not have to reset this ball. If I feel like I can get a jump on it or a read on it, I might go out and try and punch and counter. But in general, if your opponent is taking a big swing, you don't want to try and fight fire with fire, water with fire. So
really cool drill here. I saw Anna Bright and James Ignatowicz do this before a match when I went down to Austin. What the goal is really just to warm up the ability to react to a hard shot. There's going to be times in a pickleball match where an opponent is going to take a big swing at you, and you don't have to be perfect, but if you don't panic and you can make that uncomfortable situation a little bit more comfortable, your chances of winning the point increase dramatically. So again, we're bouncing it, then hitting it pretty hard, ideally at our shoulders or our hips, because those are the areas where our opponents are going to work on or target. And then we're just playing the point out live. We do 2 from the forehand, 2 from the backhand, and then we switch. So then I'll do 2 for the Austin forehand and 2 for Austin backhand.
Oh, yeah, baby. Okay. 2 off of backhand. Oh, yeah, nice. Off the backhand. Yeah, that's perfect. Good. No, that's it. That's the drill. Third, final reset drill of the night is going to be drive to live. Austin is going to take a drive at me. I can either feed him or he can self-feed himself. And then we're just going to play the point out in each other's respective half. What this is going to do is put you in a situation where you got to say, am I going to stop this drive with a reset, or am I going to try and punch it at their feet? If it's coming in too hot, which usually it is, I am going to reset the ball. So I'm working on my resets generally, but I'm gonna throw in a counter.
One of my favorite drill/game kind of situations, very similar to the drill we just did, where one partner is engaging the rally with an attack or a heavy, hard-paced ball. And the other player, or the one working on blocks and resets, has to decide, can I counter punch this or should I reset this? Almost always you should reset. Unless you really see it coming and can attack that ball out in front of you, you should reset the ball. For all of you wondering what a reset is most of the time it is a block, but essentially a reset is any shot that resets your opponent's offensive advantage and puts you and your opponent back at neutral. Now, when you have control or you are attacking instead of resetting, now you're looking to gain an offensive advantage and put your opponent on defense. So a reset just means get your opponent off of their offensive advantage.
That's perfect. Last drill of the night, working on resets or soft hands. I know I've taught y'all all 2-tap before, where you tap it to yourself, then you hit it over. This time, we are gonna catch it on the paddle and then throw it over. Working on soft hands, keeping our paddle out in front of us so that we can slow it down instead of reaching and going out to meet it. Here we go.
Okay, 2-tap to start. Essentially, this is a great drill for working on the difference between punching and blocking. You can do a bunch of stuff off of this drill, but what I want to get into is the catching and the throwing. And the reason I think catching is so important in pickleball is because a lot of my shots are doing something very similar, where you're elongating the contact paddle time. And what this allows you to do is not only slow the ball down, but it's going to give you time to decide where to put the ball. Usually you want to put it in a place that's going to make your opponents reach. And when you have time to read your opponents, this makes it very easy to do so. Now, imagine your paddle is like a baseball glove. You want to catch that ball softly coming into your body, where you're slowing it down and then stopping all of its momentum. Fortunately, Austin and I have done this quite a few times, so we're making this look a little bit easier than what it is. But the more you can practice this and the more ball control you can get, the better dinker, the better player you will end up being. Thanks for watching, beautiful people. Hit that like and subscribe button and help me continue to make these videos.